All right, Kevin, I got to ask you off the bat. Growing up, who were some of your favorite baseball players?
Roy Halladay was kind of my all-time favorite. Josh Beckett, Randy Johnson. I wanted to be the right-handed version of Randy Johnson, but obviously not nearly as tall as him, and don't throw it nearly as hard as him. But he was a guy that I watched a lot of, and was just an animal out there. I loved his demeanor. Kurt Schilling, really just any stud pitcher from the early late '90s.
I love it. So I do this question called Baseball Mount Rushmore. Okay. Now I put you on the spot, I know, but I'm gonna have you do your Baseball Mount Rushmore of pitchers. Your 4. So who is your 4?
We got Roy Halladay, probably front and center. I'm gonna go Jim Johnson, closer. Just got played with him. Awesome guy, great closer, super sync fastball. Then I'm gonna go Mariano. Obviously, like cutter, legend, unbelievable career. Man, that's a stud list already. I'm gonna go Josh Beckett. I was a huge Josh Beckett fan, so I loved watching him. Man, when he was young, he really just let it fly.
I love that. So I know you said you don't play video games, but when you saw yourself on a video game for the first time, obviously MLB The Show, what did you think about that?
I thought it was crazy. It's a surreal moment anytime, first time they show up in spring training and they do like a full body comp thing on you. And, I just remember asking, like, what is this for? And they're like, oh, this is for the video game. I was like, man, this is crazy. I never thought I would ever be in a video game. So, definitely a pinch me moment. Super cool. But, I get a lot of kids in my neighborhood back home that always tag me in like games that they pitched with me. And, they make me throw like 175 pitches in 9 innings, just wear me out. And so luckily that's not the case in real life.
I love that. So you talked about the Mount Rushmore baseball, different things, and you faced a lot of different guys, but I got to ask you about one player. So we talk about video games and we say creative players, guys that can do both, but there's only one guy in baseball, Shohei Ohtani. For you as a pitcher, being a great pitcher, but seeing a guy that can pitch and also hit 40 home runs, what do you think about that?
It's unbelievable. That's why everybody's talking about him all the time. It's something we've never seen before, and when we did, it was a long time ago, and it didn't even compare to what we're seeing now. It's a guy who throws 100 miles an hour and can hit a ball 500 feet. There's not many guys in the world that can do that, let alone at the major league level. And so, there's nobody. It's just him. And so, really cool to watch him, just change the game. And hopefully, it inspires the next generation to not just be pitchers, to not just be a pitcher in middle school. That's what some of these kids are becoming, so just one position, based. And so, hopefully Shohei is kind of the inspiration for a lot of kids to stick with doing both or playing multiple sports. Maybe we'll see another Bo Jackson at some point or something like that. That would be the ultimate exciting thing to see as an athlete and as a fan of both sports and just sports in general.
All right, I love it. A few more questions. So, with the pitchers now, especially the closers, everybody has theme walk-up songs and music. But I got to ask you, Kevin Gausman, the song. You can pick any artist to have your song when you walk up to the mound.
Ooh,
who would you want to do your song?
It's
named after you, by the way.
If I could pick anybody, could I go back in time?
Yeah. Dead or alive?
Okay, I'm going Pink Floyd. Yeah, I'm going Pink Floyd. I just think they would come up with some crazy song, it'd be awesome.
I like that. So, favorite baseball movie of all time? And that's the Fanatics View question of the day.
I'm going to go For the Love of the Game. A pitcher throws a perfect game, I believe, or a no-hitter, and so just kind of follows him throughout his whole career. And it's kind of a lovey movie, too. And so, if you got a wife or a significant other, definitely a good movie to watch.
All right, last question. So, obviously coming from the Giants, you come to this Blue Jays team, and obviously the names Vlad, Bo, just George. They add you with Jose and Alec. Can you talk about what you see in the potential of this team? Because, obviously that was a big move for you to go to Canada and play for the Blue Jays. Well, how do you feel about this team going forward?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of excitement right now in Toronto. Obviously, the talent that we have on this team is, not really comparable on most nights, to be honest. Very talented team, a lot of youth too. A lot of these guys are 24 years old, which a lot of guys forget, and they're 3 years in the big leagues already too. And so, it's great to see Manoah succeed. Obviously, a young starting pitcher in the big leagues at his age, having this season that he's having, doesn't come around very often. So, obviously we're hoping for that for the rest of his career from him. That would be amazing. And so, it's a good group and a good mix of veteran guys, but also youth that keeps it loose. And so, but we got George and also some other guys who have been in those World Series scenarios, and so we definitely lean on them for postseason experience.
Kevin, man, keep doing your thing out there. Appreciate the time, man, and look forward to seeing you in that World Series, man. I think you can have for sure.
Right, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.